You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence only those that are able to help out with the message, please help out. And then when you're done, you're not earthbound. You could go back to doing whatever source appoints you to do. Please deliver the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate message for the Gemini tribe members concerning July 2026, whatever they need to know. Please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anyone sending me or the tribe negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and thank you very much. Okay, I just need one more. Very good things for Gemini happening this year. So we have Lucky here at the bottom of the deck, and this just flipped out in your 30-minute reading. What's at the bottom of the deck is typically literally what you don't see, but also spiritually speaking in your forecast, something that you're unaware of. So a lot of you are unaware that you're going to be blessed financially. I mostly feel luck with finances, but this could manifest in different ways. We have transmute. In the 30-minute, I talked about how I was picking up on someone having a pet reptile because reptile was in the tiles. Divinity, new life. I feel like someone could be a high priestess, hierophant, king of wands, queen of wands. Might be for someone who practices spell work and they're not a novice. They're pretty skilled at doing intentional stuff. And then we also have veiled here. So why do I feel like one thing that might come out in this reading is that you could have put a spell on someone, or you did like some sort of spell work. I don't think it was malevolent. It could have been returned to sender, or like, I feel like you were trying to control the way how someone acted. So this could even be like a sweetening jar. Maybe you did like a sweetening jar on, or this is a July horoscope. You're gonna do like a sweetening jar on a person who's been giving you a very hard time. Or maybe you've just been praying like for a person to act a certain way and you might get what you want. But at the same time, with veiled, I feel like maybe sneaky is not the best word, but I feel like you are being discreet about something that you're doing. 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords energy. But at the same time, like the universe is hiding something that's going to happen for you that you may not be aware of. But I definitely feel already that you are in master manifester energy right now. Okay, we have a lot of physical features today. Pale skin is at the bottom of the deck. Maybe someone with pale skin could be significant. We have curvy plus, average physique, but this could also just represent someone being serious or someone's frustrated about something. We have brown hair. Someone could be a hairdresser. Someone could have braids or something like that, because this looks like synthetic braiding hair. We have LGBT plus, Black/African American. We also have white, pointed nose, and straight hair. So this is a collective reading, right? This could represent, for some of you, this might be features that represent you and everybody that comes out in the reading. Or, you might not see your features at all, but there's other ways that you could tell that this is your reading, because I only take 7 to 8 of these cards, unless a whole bunch of them come out. But I also feel like with black and white being here, and then this picture of someone crossing their chest, somebody might actually get into a racial debate with someone. I don't know if this is going to be diffused. I mean, we do have transmute here, or if it will get like really messy. This might not even take over the whole reading, but I feel like someone might possibly get into like a racial debate next month. And even though my horoscopes are geared specifically towards a month, I don't do time with my tarot, and also time can be kind of a fluid concept. So you could watch like a July horoscope for this year, and then it won't come into fruition until like September or maybe July of next year or something like that. But I'm intending for this to be accurate towards next month. So just take what you will with that. And also remember, circumstances could change. Like, tarot can predict something, but, by the time I upload this video, something in the circumstance could change. Oh, I'm doing the charms. I'm supposed to be doing the tiles right now. So I just heard LAX. Someone could be flying out from Los Angeles, or the name Alex could be significant. Because I heard that, but I'm also seeing those letters here in the tiles before I rearrange them. Okay, I'm going to see if there's a T here, because I see G and P, and then I just heard chat GBT. So someone might use that for artwork or for an assignment. I don't see any T's here, but if I find one, then I'll put it here. But something about chat GPT could be significant for someone. That's not going to be for everyone, because I know people have many opinions about AI. So if you hate AI, then obviously that wasn't for you. Someone's name could be Niall. Nial. I see the name Jake here. I'm just going to grab a T, GPT. And I don't think I need 2 Qs, so I'm going to replace that one. Okay, I have 2 P's now. I see Poppy, so someone who is Latin could be significant. And let me just grab something that I don't already have. There's a lot of repeats that came out. I'll pick those up later. I do also see GTA. So someone who's a gamer, someone who likes Grand Theft Auto could be significant, but that could also be talking about like a crime that someone's gonna do. I'm not sure. Someone could accuse you of something next month. I also see baptism in the tiles. You know what? When I was stacking sacred symbols and oracles, when I saw transmute divinity and new life, I was actually thinking about baptism, and this is an esoteric channel, but it's just like the energy of being renewed when I saw that Ankh mostly. And I feel like someone's going through a spiritual glow up. Someone's name could be Joshua. Again, like in the 30-minute, I feel Jewish energy. Jewish is actually in the tiles because I'm channeling like biblical stories, biblical names. Just looking at, this doesn't really spell anything, but I see JEHPM, and I was thinking like Zaph, Neph, Panea, Joseph is in the tiles, like some sort of biblical Egyptian name, or those books in the Bible like Zephaniah and stuff like that that have a P and H in it, very Jewish. Marxism. So this is a Gemini reading, and air signs are known for being very intellectual. Mostly Libras are known for how they debate with people, but I feel like you're going to get into it with a person about some esoteric knowledge next month. And it might be like, it might be coming out in the reading because it might be like something related to culture and spiritual practice. Like, because black and white is here, I'm actually hearing like a conversation where people are arguing about whether it's cultural appropriation to use sage or something like that, or does everybody need to practice Ifa or something. Or with black and white here, and because I'm channeling Jewish stuff, you might actually have a debate with someone about Jewish stuff or about theology. I really don't want to get into it because that could be very messy, but I do feel like that is going to happen for someone next month. So let's just get straight into the tarot now. I do see magic in the tiles, and I'm trying to see if the two stories that I'm picking up on are separate or if they have something to do with it, because I do feel like someone's doing magic on someone, and like I said, it could be like a sweetening jar, or maybe you wrote their name on a candle that has like a color intention, and you might see someone like their behavior change. Some of you could have even did like a shut up, or you're gonna do like a shut up spell or something like that. And I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I just feel like someone's trying to control the way how somebody speaks to them or how somebody acts. Yeah, Jinx and Hex are both in the tiles, and I think Hex came out for the 30-minute for Gemini too. The Fire Horse reading. I feel like someone could be from Georgia. Okay, the Hermit in the reverse. That could represent someone not going within themselves. So there might be a pride issue with this conversation that's going to happen. Ace of Cups reverse, Ace of Wands reverse, Five of Swords upright. Did I talk about that in the beginning of the video? Five of Swords energy. Two of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like this is saying like you're really not feeling someone. This might be a work situation too, because I kind of feel like you have to be cordial and smile in their face. But I really feel like maybe you're not messy, but I really feel like there's someone who you can't stand, but they always want to be in your energy. Page of Wands in the reverse. This could be a little bit of immaturity too. And then we have Six of Swords, which is just moving to calmer waters. So I think that's good, because it's you not wanting to put up with foolishness. With this Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands in the reverse, I just feel like you really don't like someone, and this might be so serious to the point to where you're thinking about fighting someone or putting your hands on them, because I always see Ace of Wands reverse as like battery or violence or cruelty, hatred, not really liking someone. And this Five of Swords to me is someone needing to win an argument or win with mind games at all cost. Since I said games and I was picking up on someone liking GTA, another variation of this energy that I'm feeling, it might not be as serious, but it could be two friends that like to play games, video games. And you might be very competitive, but it's like sometimes because you guys get so passionate, you might fall out. But I feel like this, on other notes, with the Two of Cups reversed, this might be someone's best friend who they always get like really competitive with whenever the game is on or whenever they play video games. So let's clarify Ace of Cups reverse, Ace of Wands reverse, Five of Swords upright, because I want to see what specifically is it that you two are arguing about. Three of Swords. So yeah, there are some harsh feelings going on with this situation. Three of Swords could represent sorrow, heartbreak, grief, betrayal, an unbalanced or unopened heart chakra. Eight of Pentacles upright, Knight of Pentacles upright. Okay, I'm getting something with this. It's kind of like a pivot in the storyline, but I'm not going to say anything yet because I want to clarify some more. Ace of Swords upright, Ace of Pentacles upright, Three of Pentacles upright. Okay, confirmation. So we got all of the aces here. We got two reverse that came out together and two upright that came out together. That's kind of interesting. So with Eight of Pentacles upright, Knight of Pentacles upright, I feel like you work with this person, or this could be a friend dynamic where you two said that you were going to partner up together. But I kind of feel like even though all of this is positive, I kind of feel like there's something about you two working differently, because Eight of Pentacles, you see they're working very long and very hard. Knight of Pentacles is known for being very slow, but both of these are hard work ethic energies. And then I was feeling like that meant that you were working together with someone on something. That's what Three of Pentacles means, teamwork. Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity with things that are tangible. Someone could also be receiving a gift. Ace of Swords is mental clarity, breakthrough, but it's also the truth. It represents the truth. It represents being blunt and clear communication. So why is all the good stuff coming out now? Because I was feeling negative energy before. Okay, that's a little too much. Two of Pentacles. I don't want to say love, hate, but there's something about this dynamic where, you know, Two of Cups in the reverse, sometimes it could represent someone who you are compatible with, but you have a falling out with them. There might be kind of like a back and forth dynamic in a work setting where you have to work with this person, but it could also be two competing personalities or two opposing personalities that kind of balance each other out. And there's a lot of pentacles here too, so that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It might have something to do with money too, or business. I'm definitely going to use astro alignment for you guys because that'll explain the dynamic that you have with this person more. But let's clarify Two of Cups in the reverse. Temperance. I'm hearing that someone really tests your patience. But again, this is balance of opposites coming together. So in the 30-minute that I just did for the Fire Horse energy, I was picking up on a student-teacher dynamic, or a dynamic where you kind of save someone's life and at first they didn't like you, but then it turns from like an enemies to friends situation, I think. So this one might be connected to the 30-minute reading because it has some similarities in it. Let's clarify Page of Wands in the reverse. And also because we have all of the aces in this reading, it is pretty much like all signs are relevant. And I know that doesn't really narrow it down, but that's just how it is. 10 of Swords in the reverse. So we have 3 of Swords upright, 10 of Swords in the reverse. There's something about a person being betrayed. Trying to heal from that, and I think eventually they will heal from it with the 10 of Swords in the reverse. You know, sometimes people don't like you because you remind them of, or you look like someone or a similar karmic pattern that they had before. So this could also be in an academic setting, because that happens a lot in academic settings. What else about this 10 of Swords in the reverse? The Hierophant in the reverse. So this card came up upright in the 30-minute reading for Gemini. The Hierophant in the reverse, this could be rebellion. Someone who's like, it's my way or the highway, especially because the Hierophant represents Taurus, and Taurus is a fixed sign. I also see it as a person who has a problem with authority. And if this is like a weird friendship dynamic, I feel like it's something like, this is a weird friendship dynamic. I lost my trail of thought. But it's kind of like they feel like they have to compete with you, or they have to one-up you all the time. This might even be a sibling wound that they have, especially if this is a friend that you're really, really close to and you go to their house and like you've seen their interactions with their family, you might remind them of their sibling or siblings. And then Six of Swords upright is clarified by the King of Swords in the reverse. So even if you're not masculine, even though for this reading I'm picking up on masculine energy mostly, there's something about you saying your piece and then walking away because you just don't want to deal with it anymore. King of Swords is also a person who's good with boundaries too. So I don't think that you're completely done dealing with this person. I would say or guess that you wanted to do a cord cutting on this person, but I don't think it's like that bad. I just think that you guys really have like a temperance issue that you are trying to work on. Because sometimes I also see Two of Pentacles as a soul tie. And always remember, you guys, that soul ties can be platonic. You could have platonic soulmates. So there's something about this person being your match, but also getting on your nerves, though. And I do feel like you did some sort of spell work, or you're thinking about doing some sort of spell work, because this is for July, to like modify it. But even with the King of Swords, he looks intimidating, but he has butterflies in the background. So there's duality here. I want to know more about the King of Swords upright. Five of Pentacles. Honestly, this might be a friend who you're thinking about ghosting for a while. I don't think it's permanent, but I think you're just going to spend some time away from this person, and it's going to have them feeling like they're out in the cold. There's also something about you two kind of enabling each other too. Whatever that means. Take it how it resonates. But you're not going to do it this time, though. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And then we also have the Fool in the reverse. So there's some positive stuff that came out too. But I also feel like there's something about you're going to be mad with your friend because they spoiled some sort of fortune or something that you were supposed to do together. They didn't really, I feel like they didn't contribute their half. I've been using television for analogies recently. So what's popping in my head now is like Kenan and Kel energy. The dynamic of two besties or two ride or dies. But Kenan and Kel's dynamic is also, I think Kenan was the one who was always plotting, and Kel just went along with it, but he knew that like it would always get him in trouble type thing. So it's that dynamic of you two getting on each other's nerves, but also it's like Tweedledee, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, for lack of a better term. But I feel like this time you just can't deal with the dumbness anymore. Okay, so I'm going to use astro alignment. This might tell me what's in both of your charts, you and this other person whose energy I'm picking up on. But also it'll explain why these karmic challenges are popping up with this person, because I do feel like you have some sort of soul tie or Akashic stuff with them. solstice, focus, transition, amplification. We're about to be in the summer solstice, and it does have a line right in between Gemini and Cancer. We have Venus, beauty, artistry, love. So that's Taurus and Libra energy. Second house ruled by Taurus. So for some of you, this friend is a Taurus. And I was kind of feeling that for some of you because we have Knight of Pentacles and we also have the Hierophant in the reverse. And Taurus is the shadow side of them. They're known for being stubborn and also having tempers. Finances, value, possessions. Yeah, I feel like it was something that had to do. This could even be for some of you. Your friend said that they were going to buy something for you, or they said that they were going to give you some money back, or maybe you loaned them your video game or your movie or an article of clothing, and then they either didn't give it back, the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool in the reverse, or it's not in the same condition and that pissed you off. We have Aries, trailblazing, innovative, fearless, and this came out right next to Moon, emotions, instinct, subconscious. So if someone does have an Aries moon, that would explain like the explosive anger. Transits, insight, movement, change. So when I saw the solstice card, I thought it was this one, but this is the transits card. This goes with the Five of Pentacles because it's someone being ostracized or someone being rejected, so they move on. This might be a situation, I don't feel like this friendship is over, but I feel like you're going to have a separation with this person momentarily because there's something about you maturing more than they are with Page of Wands in the reverse. We have fixed, action, momentum, dedication. The Wheel of Fortune came out. Didn't I say that I thought that that was going to happen? And some of you are dealing with a Taurus and they are a fixed sign. Fixed signs, they have pros and cons like everyone, right? So fixed signs are good with routine. They are trustworthy. They are loyal, but they're also very stubborn. And sometimes fixed signs could really benefit from having mutable or cardinal signs as friends because we show them how to step outside of the box or not be so rigid with the Hierophant in the reverse. And then we have Earth, pragmatic, grounded, enduring. So there's a Taurus who really wants to come through because Tauruses are fixed, but they're also Earth sign energy. So I don't know, maybe both of you have a Taurus moon because Taurus is showing here and Moon is showing here. Maybe Taurus or Aries Venus because both of those signs came out, or a fixed sign in one of those areas. I'll put this in the thumbnail because it says waning crescent moon, surrender, restoration, trust. So yeah, this is a person who I do ultimately feel like you love, but you're just tired of their stuff right now. This veiled oracle card could also be talking about whatever it is. You feel like there's some shifty behavior happening with them, some shady behavior, but you don't know what it is, so you're suspicious. And I think the reason why veiled is here is because both of you could be mirroring each other. Like, if the separation already happened, both of you could be wondering what the other person is doing or even what the other person is saying, because I feel like when both of you are mad at each other, then you start talking to other friends or other people and telling them about them, and then it becomes like a whole third party situation. That's probably why Three of Swords and Three of Pentacles is here. Okay. So what I'm going to do now I'm going to use this emoji oracle, and I'm going to have 2 lines here. You're going to see it in the thumbnail. First of all, I want to see how you feel about this situation. And then in the second row, I want to see how your friend feels about this situation. Okay, we got 5 cards already that came out together. So how you feel, we have you're on the right path. I was feeling like you were the one who was more mature. We have side eye, irritation, grumpiness. That sounds about right. Helplessness, struggle. Ghosted, serial ghoster. That's 5 of Pentacles energy. That sounds about right too. And also fear and anxiety. Let me just take a sneak peek to see why you feel fear and anxiety. Surprise, shock, disbelief. Maybe this is a friend that you've known for a very long time and you're afraid if this falling out is going to be forever. But I do feel like ghosted, serial ghoster, you were the one who decided to walk away from them. Especially because 6 of Swords came out too. So now let's see how the other person feels. Okay. So I think you have abandonment wounds, and I'm about to show you why. Ooh, okay. Maybe somebody was annoyed by me saying that. I do feel like the energy that someone is annoyed with me watching this. But we have surrender, no expectations, go with the flow. We also have cool, confident, carefree, unbothered. So see how you're irritated, you feel guilty for ghosting someone, you feel anxiety that they won't come back. That's an abandonment issue. With the Hierophant reverse, usually I feel like that's someone having parental wounds or sibling wounds. Discreet, secret, gossip, sneak peek. So this person is talking about, like I said, this person is talking about how you ghosted them to other people. We have invisible, hidden, isolation, depression. They miss you though. Hit by Cupid, you got me. Why is this coming out? But I feel like someone's annoyed with some of the last things that I said because this popped out. Frustration, annoyance, and also wants to talk, has something to say. So I know when people watch tarot, sometimes they ad lib to it and they speak out loud. So I feel like someone was kind of defending themselves when I was talking about them. But also, you're in no contact with this person, or you're going to be. But this is a soul tie connection, even if it's platonic. So eventually I feel like you two will reunite because there's a conversation that needs to be had. Let's use angels and ancestors for advice. Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right, so I am channeling correctly. This card also always gives me Taurus energy. Taurus is a bull, but this is a buffalo, but I always get Taurus energy. She-wolf, unleash the wild within. So there is an anger management issue. I feel like both of you have this issue with needing to temper yourself. My theory about, for some of you, you and this person having the same moon sign could be correct. I'm also picking up on Cancer energy with the moon. This coming out after Peacekeeper, there's balance where you want to still have this friendship because it is valuable. I do see that. And second house came out ruled by Taurus. This person sees you as very valuable in their life, even when you get on their nerves. But there's also a strong need to express anger and to be real and to show the shadow. That could be a lesson that both of you are learning. That could be why you kind of, I would say, trauma bonded in this relationship, even though there are some healthy aspects to it as well. And I do feel like you've known this person for a very long time. I gear my readings towards adults, but I keep picking up on high school energy too. Maybe you've known this person since high school, or you could be like 18, 19, 20, early 20s. But right after I picked up waning crescent moon, I saw south node. So that lets me know that this relationship, like most soul tie relationships, is meant to show you places where you need to heal. And it doesn't just go one way, it goes both ways, both you and this person. We do have hit by Cupid, you got me, but I don't feel like this is a romantic situation. I just think like it's a very strong platonic soulmate situation. And they're just saying you've got me because maybe the person who you ghosted, maybe they are going to apologize to you and they realize how they are responsible for this situation. We also have High Priest, intend and create. So whoever's watching this, they know about spell work, and it could even be something like buying a pillar candle that says, there's like some that say call back to me or something like that. So I do feel like if that resonates with you, if you did do something like trying to call this person back after you basically abandoned them, I think that's gonna work. But also, it's important for you to know to balance the spiritual aspect with the 3D aspect. I think that you have to apologize to them. I do feel like there's a conversation that's gonna happen. Because sometimes people rely on spell work in situations where they need to do shadow work. So I just don't want that to be you. So there's not really anything else that I have to say for this reading. I know I wanted it to be an hour. We're at 40 minutes right now. I'm not going to force anything else out of it. But also, I don't have any other oracle decks that I feel like would be relevant to this reading. We've already gotten a lot out of it, so it just is what it is. Even if I slow it down and it's still very short of 60 minutes, as I've told everybody else, if this were a personal and I sat down with you, or I was talking to you on the phone for 60 minutes, we would fill the time up faster and easier because you'd be talking back to me. But this is just me, you know, drawing my conclusions all by myself. So hopefully you got something out of this reading. I hope this situation goes well for you. If you like the way how I do tarot, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys